Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I got another Grand Arena video for you guys. I'll be honest. Usually I post these on the second channel, and I did, but they were posted very late. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot to post them, so they're up now. If you want to see the raw footage of me talking it out and doing it without 2x speed, and, just me actually thinking through the process, you can hear me get excited, you can hear me get mad, you can hear me use my massive brain. There's just a bunch of that a lot goes into it. You can also hear me get mad about notifications. So, yeah, that's really all that I got to say about that before we actually hop into the battles. This is probably me just thinking about and giving out my plan right now. So, you can hear my plan of action, all that stuff. But if you want to go to my second channel, it's spooky_SWGOH, SPOOKI_SWGOH, Spooky Swugga. There you go. And it's very simple. And here we are. We're going in, Geos. We're going in with Vader. Vader in the lead for the TMR and for the extra offense. Ever since I gave him a Zeta on that lead for the Jedi Knight Luke event, I feel like I have a moral requirement to use them in the lead, because I don't want to waste that Zeta. It's actually a really good Zeta. I honestly prefer it over Palp lead, honestly, because of that extra offense. Yeah, we don't get the bonus turn, but the extra offense and turn meter removal is actually great. So 52 banners, not that great on Geos, but again, it's a win nonetheless. Now I decided to go in with Rebels against the Jedi Knight Revan team here. No playing around with Jedi Knight Revan. Also with Jedi Knight Anakin. So it's even a little more tricky with his stupid unique ability. But it's alright. We get through it in the end. So, I'm thinking, alright, what can I do? How should I play this out? Jolie has high tenacity, so I know I can't really inflict that much debuffs. I don't want him to res, so I go after him first, but then also Yoda causes a lot of troubles, but it's okay, we get through him. Now we're just trying to recover banners, but we can't, so I think we walk out of here with 58. Yeah, oh no, 57, alright, someone else was at low protection. 57 banners on Jedi Knight Revan, again, a good team, so I'm not going to play around with it. I have to bring in CLS. Here we go. We bring in Jedi Knight Luke. This is always the battle I'm excited for. Of course, I'm excited to use my Jedi Knight Luke whenever I can. Still gear 11 at the time here. He's now gear 12 for this next 3-round next 3-round championship. So I'm saying, all right, what should I do? I try to remove turn meter over there before he gets debuffed, but it doesn't work. I throw that up anyway. Not that it really did anything. But we start, we get Vader out. Those two always die, but it's alright. The death mark's on us, but it instantly goes away. We get the taunt up, and now we just start brute forcing through Bastila. And we should get her there. Nice kill by Old Ben, and now it's basically smooth sailing. Again, Old Ben is very tanky, so I don't have to worry about him dying, especially at Relic 5. Actually, a really good Relic investment, honestly. And I'm just trying to stall out for banners here, and it doesn't really work in the end. But, it was worth the shot. 52, because we lost Yoda and Ezra. Again, they're both at gear 10 and 11. But, listen, I'm farming for Jedi Knight Luke, and then I'm going to farm for Revan, then I'm going to farm for Gas. There's so much stuff to do, and through me farming for all these characters, I'm going to get better Jedi anyway. So I feel like, especially Ezra, I will probably eventually gear up Grandmaster Yoda, but Ezra probably never. He'll stay at gear 10 forever. But, I go after this Commander Luke team, and it does not work. I bring in Resistance with Wampa, and Wampa barely ever takes a turn. So that's that. So now I just go and do Fleet. I win anyway because he set, an insane defense. So, I had to, use all my best teams everywhere. And there was really no way for me to, really do any wiggle room. But I went on swh.gg. It's a website where you can track all your grand arenas. It's great. You can track all the gear levels for every character. I can't compliment it enough. It's a website. If you don't know about it, please go look it up. Link your account. I think all you need is your ally code. I did it a while ago, so I don't really remember. But it's great. I'm not really commentating fleets because it's fleets. No one cares about fleets. I always bring in my rebel fleet, so I usually win anyway. But Han is being a little baby, and he keeps dodging. So, and every time I use Han's basic to try and remove the stupid buff that gives him, again, only 25% evasion, he doesn't care. And there they go sniping on my banners, but I actually get him back. So 66, it didn't really matter though. We win in the end because, again, they couldn't get through Mon Mothma. They didn't get through Rolo. They didn't even try because, again, like I said, I looked on swgoh.gg after the fact of the 3 rounds, and that's when it kind of, it tells you how your opponent did against your defense. And they used, I guess, their 2 best teams that they took, and they used it on my crappy gear like 9 teams, which is dumb. I think it would have been better, if they tried, but I guess they thought that their defense would hold, but it didn't. So now we're going into round 2 against Hayama Akira, I think that was. And I'm checking their roster, basically giving out right now. They have a lot of Gear 12s, not a lot of Gear 13s, which is the opposite of my roster, where I have Gear 13s and then nothing else. And I don't really know what to say, but you'll see here that my Ewoks do hold, oddly enough. They hold 4 battles. Good for them. They really did a great job. They held up against Wampa like the first time, and then nothing else could beat it. It was actually kind of cool to see. But there you go. They hold up. I'm just showing how bad their mods are and how they probably shouldn't have won any of those battles, what they did. So I'm proud of them. And again, a pretty bad defense set too. So again, I was very confident in my abilities to win this, and I do. But it was one of those grand arenas where I assumed that they got unlucky on defense, and I didn't have to worry about banners because I know they weren't gonna full clear, so I was just kind of playing it safe and doing whatever. I knew I could just get this team out with resistance again. My resistance team, it's not necessarily good, but if I'm going against a crappy Old Republic team or any crappy team where I know they don't have a lot of health or whatever, and I know I can get through it, I know I can just win it easily. Resistance without the Hero Bros are a team about control. It's about controlling the battlefield, low damage, and it's very cool. It's a very cool team, honestly. But sometimes it doesn't work out for me because they're all low gear except for Rey Jedi Training, which is funny because my best character in my roster with, all of her Zetas, she's at Relic 7, great, decent, mods, and, she's, I always, see her in my roster. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to use her because I don't have her supporting cast, geared up. But, here we are, just smooth sailing with Jedi Knight Luke's quick 60 banner win against bounty hunters here. Recover that protection from Heroes Arise, and boom. Jedi Knight Luke, Gear 11 Jedi Knight Luke punching up to get 60 banners. Open the wall, and I actually don't know what I use here because I know I have to save good teams for the other wall. So I decide to go in with my classic Jedi with Wampa and, 2 extra random characters. So basically, I just do it for the pre-taunt on Kanan because of Bastila lead, and then I just give all the buffs to Wampa, and he just wrecks the enemies. Honestly, whenever I do battles like these, I don't think I can 3-man it, but I could 3-man it. But, it's alright, because I'm always scared that something will go wrong. Better safe than sorry. Again, I didn't really have to go for any underdogs here anyway. I just had to win. Just had to full clear. And that we do. I don't have to use the special ability and 59 banners. Could have literally gotten full 3-man. What is that, 62, I think? And, it would have been even cooler, but it doesn't matter. 3 banners meant nothing there. So now we go in with Vader, again, with Empire. The only characters that do anything here are Thrawn, Vader, and Palpatine. The only reason I bring in the rest of them is so I can get the extra 16 speed Because I really could 3-man this. Because, again, the other two are just there to give Vader the extra speed. But there you go, 60 banners. That was another one that probably could have been 62. But, again, I play it safe anyway. Then Padme. Again, last team, just bring in CLS. Get the job done. And call it a day on this one. So this was the easiest of the three. Obviously you saw the title and thumbnail, so you're probably waiting for that Sith Marauder battle, and that's coming up next. It was mind-blowing, and I was so shocked in the moment that, I didn't even react. I was just like, you know what? Cool. I lost, but in a cool way. That was a actually nice AoE by Chewie there to get a 60 banner. So a very clean offensive run here. Very clean defensive run as well. Well, that voice crack. But this Grand Arena, this round 2, match 5 of the whole thing for me was just very clean. Nothing very special about it besides, again, Ewoks holding up defense. But again, nothing really special about it. Actually, I almost lose fleet here. I kid you not, I almost lose fleet because I rage a little bit about what's his name's crit avoidance. So, Wait, why didn't I bring in Y-Wing? Did I not bring... Oh, no, I did bring in Y-Wing. Okay. I thought I, didn't bring in Y-Wing for some reason. Alright, there we go. And 63 banners. Decent. And there we go. Full clear. 1572 to 1114. It stayed the same way. No changes. Alright. So, now, basically, the footage just takes a bit of a halt because I start looking through the roster and explaining things. And I didn't cut that out before starting the voice recording. So I'll just kind of talk over it and kind of just say, next round's actually a lot better than the other two. These first 2 rounds were just kind of iffy. The first round, the defense put before me was very, difficult, and I couldn't get through it. But then, they didn't have a lot for attack. So, that's not a way to play. Because then, you literally can't beat the one relic team that I put. It could be trash relics like I have. But, it doesn't really matter. But then, as you'll see on this roster here, they kind of go for the half and half. Like a decent defense, decent offense. Which is what I do, too. I actually go more for offense. But, I honestly, I don't think there's any specific way to play. Because, again, if you have, a really good, if you have a negotiator fleet in, Division 10, it's, obviously put that on defense because there's a high chance your opponent will never clear it. But, you also don't want to keep losing fleet every time, too. So, it's a weird predicament that, all players are put in. When it comes to Grand Arena, they, setting defense, balancing it is actually kind of tricky sometimes. Because I think my defense is bad. I set a bad defense, but most of the time, I either full clear or just win by efficiency because I save better teams for attack. Now, I could probably save my Rolo team because, again, it's not that good, but it could beat things on attack. And, maybe I could use, something like, Jedi Training Ray on defense or put Bounty Hunters on defense and save First Order. Make my defense a little better. But now I don't have to stall anymore because here we go. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Again, only Gear 11 Luke, so it's not anything crazy. But here you go. You'll see in 3, 2, 1... Luke gets blown out of existence. 120,000 damage. One shot by Sith Marauder. Luke's supposed to get 100% turn meter, but Sith Marauder said, I don't give a shit. You're gonna get yeeted out of existence. Sith Marauder literally just won my opponent the Grand Arena, lost it for me, just with that big throw. A Sith Eternal farm versus the Jedi Master Luke farm, and the Sith Eternal farm comes out on top. Now, yes, if I had a Gear 13 Jedi Knight Luke Relic 7 with, high health and high protection like I have him at, or how I will have him at in a bit, because actually now I have him at Gear 12 with 5 pieces, I just need one more. So soon it'll be at Gear 13. But, he probably wouldn't have done that. It's only because he was Gear 11. He's a little flimsy. And he wasn't able to stack up his protection yet because he didn't use his basic a lot. So, again, yes, it's not like all Relic 7 Sith Marauders can destroy any Jedi Knight Luke out there. That's not what I'm saying. But it's crazy how big of damage he does put out. And, I remember everyone was saying, like, oh, it's a whatever relic that's required. But honestly, if you have a good Jedi Revan team, I don't understand why you wouldn't put him in there. I think he's better than HK-47. I think his damage is so much more better. His special ability is better than, what's-his-name's Terminate ability. So, yeah, that's really that. I mean, and then, of course, you'll see this battle, 60 banners. Again, another one where I didn't need Nihilus and Traya, but I bring him in anyway. I don't know why I do that. I honestly should stop now that I'm looking at this again. So I'm looking, right? I'm like, and I originally wanted to do Vader on Grievous and CLS on Night Sisters. I was like, all right, Jedi Knight Luke will get through Revan. That was the plan. But then I know not a single thing in my roster can clean up Revan. Revan is just disgusting. He's a gross character that should never have been added into the game, and his kit should be nerfed. But, no, he really shouldn't be nerfed. But, for the part of the game that I'm at, if you don't have a good counter, then you're not going to get through it. So, maybe, you can also say, he's not that hard to farm up. Why didn't you go for him? I have other things to farm, and that's all right. But yeah, really, really disgusting stuff that Darth Revan can do. Bad banners there as well, 51. So maybe I wouldn't have won because my efficiency was bad. I also dropped the battle. So even if I full cleared, I don't think I would have won still. But nonetheless, now I'm stuck here in a predicament. Do I clear Darth Revan and go for the back wall, or do I clear Night Sisters and go for fleets? Because I really can only do one or the other. I know my bounty hunters can't beat either of these. And I'm saving resistance for the back wall just in case something crazy pops up. And I'm pretty sure that something crazy does pop up on the back wall too. I know I can save C-3PO because, I don't really need him to clean this up. Again, there's no Malik, there's no pre-taunt, nothing crazy. It was just I had to get the first turn out, and that's why I had to use CLS, because I couldn't let Revan drop a fear out, and I would have been screwed. So I think that was the best bet to make. And honestly, this was looking okay. I was like, all right, I'll use resistance on the other wall, and then I'll use my bounty hunters on this crappy back wall team. But I realized that this is no crappy back wall team. This is, Geos are a team that, while, yes, I have a lot of things to counter it, it's also, for the back wall and not knowing it was going to be there, it still hurts. It hurt, it's a better back wall team than my crappy Gear 8 First Order. So, I knew I had to use Jedi Training Rey against it. And honestly, it probably would have been a smarter decision, banners-wise, whatever, to go after Night Sisters with Jedi Training Rey. Because I also had C-3PO, so I knew it could, punch up. Go for Night Sisters, get a quick win, and then kill fleets, and then try it with this. But I knew bounty hunters couldn't kill either of them, so I was like, okay, I'll just go after Geos and I'll try this, and it doesn't work. Obviously, Night Sisters are a better team than bounty hunters, or at least those Night Sisters are better than my bounty hunters. They're all at whatever. My highest bounty hunter is Gear 12, and he even still puts out no damage. I get mad at Boba Fett a lot here because his damage is just pitiful. I have him with offense, primaries, crit damage set, crit damage primaries, my mods on my Boba Fett are good, but if Boba Fett's, at Gear 12, he hits like a wet noodle and he doesn't do much. So, I'm basically just stuck here. I know I have to go through 2 revives, and then I have to go through Daka's revives, and then I have to deal with all the turn meter gains for Massage, and it's just all a big mess. So I know I can't win. Now it's down to Bosk, and I'm getting mad, and there you go. That's the Grand Arena. So, yeah, if it weren't for Jedi Knight Luke getting blown out of existence by Sith Marauder, I think this would have been a very successful Grand Arena. But there you go. Don't sleep on Sith Marauder. That's the lesson we all learned here today. And, yeah, I not much to say about that. I lost fair and square. But, in the end, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Honestly, respect, Sith Eternal. Even if he had Sith Eternal, it probably would have, done better against my Jedi Master Luke Farm anyway. So, whatever. I'm just whatever. It's fine. Again, I'm not trying to get Kyber anymore. I've gotten Kyber tons of times, and I still remember when I got Kyber the first time, I was flipping out. So now I'm just here to have fun. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.